Before we begin, dear viewers, if like me you are drawn to survival documentaries and feel a mix of calm and tension while watching them, consider subscribing to the channel. Now imagine this. It is 4 in the afternoon and the sun has already disappeared. It will not return for another 16 hours. The temperature drops to 25 degrees below 0 Celsius. There is no moon. Clouds cover the stars. You are in complete darkness. And on the other side of the animal skins, hanging at the entrance to your shelter, something is breathing in the dark. You cannot run. You do not know where to go. You cannot scream. Screaming attracts more things. You cannot light a large fire because the smoke will suffocate you. Or worse, it will reveal your position from kilometers away. Every night of the Ice Age was this, a survival exam where the smallest mistake meant death, by freezing, by predation, by suffocation, or by getting lost just 10 meters from your shelter and never returning. For 70,000 years, our ancestors mastered the night without flashlights, without compasses, without maps. How? It was not luck. It was a system, an invisible protocol so precise that the difference between life and death was measured in seconds and centimeters. And modern science is only now beginning to understand it. The real mystery is not how they survived the cold. It is how they survived without seeing. Because in Paleolithic darkness, your eyes were useless. Your sense of smell was unreliable. Survival depended on touch, spatial memory, and collective discipline, a system that either worked or erased you completely. Archaeological sites reveal repeated patterns, camps placed in specific locations, precise orientations, carefully controlled fire remains, bones stacked in deliberate ways, stones arranged in circles. This is not decoration. It is nocturnal survival engineering, and every detail has a reason. Let us break it down. First, nocturnal camp architecture. You did not camp wherever you wanted. Location was life or death. You needed shelter from the wind, but never complete enclosure. Your back against rock or a cliff. The entrance facing east to receive the first light of dawn. Never in low ground where cold air collects. Never on exposed peaks where the wind strips heat from your body. The shelter itself was a calculated microclimate. Animal skins stretched over frames of bone or branches. Snow packed along the sides as insulation. But here is the counterintuitive part. You needed ventilation. A perfectly sealed shelter would kill you. Carbon monoxide from the fire is invisible, odorless, and it can put you to sleep forever. Your ancestors understood this without chemistry. They left small openings high above, just enough. The ground was another silent enemy. Ice or bare earth drains body heat through direct conduction. You lose heat faster than if you were exposed to open air. The solution was thick layers of dry branches, moss, and skins, a thermal mattress between your body and subterranean death. This seems obvious now, but thousands died learning it. Second, intelligent fire and light discipline. Fire was both salvation and sentence. Too large, and smoke kills you in minutes. Too small, and the cold dismantles your body organ by organ. Tall flames in darkness signal fresh meat from kilometers away. The solution was embers, low glowing fire with minimal smoke. Charcoal that radiates heat without flame. Carefully selected fuel, dense dry wood that burns slowly and cleanly. No green or wet branches. Absolute discipline. No one feeds the fire without reason. No one throws fat that causes sudden flare-ups. Every movement is minimal and calculated. In camps with multiple shelters, embers were distributed before nightfall. Starting a new fire in complete darkness was a risk few could afford. And sometimes even embers were too dangerous. When large predators roamed nearby, or hostile human bands hunted at night, fires were extinguished entirely. Survival depended on shared body heat, layered skins, and the hope of dawn. Third, social protocol and vigilance shifts. This is the most important secret. No one slept at the same time, ever. There were rotations, precise, enforced. 2 or 3 people always awake, not to fight, to listen, to smell, to detect. Spatial arrangement was not random. Children and elders were placed at the center, where warmth and protection were greatest. Young adults slept near entrances. The most experienced positioned themselves at strategic corners, covering angles. This was not debated. It was structure. Silent signals were a language of survival. A specific touch on the shoulder meant something outside. 2 taps meant wake the next. Sustained pressure meant immediate danger. Absolute silence. Consider this scene, reconstructed from archaeological patterns. It is the third watch. You have been awake for 2 hours, the embers barely glow. Outside, wind howls through the rocks. Then you hear it. Footsteps. Not human. Too heavy. Something large is breathing 5 meters from the entrance, drawn by the smell of the earlier meal. Your hand moves. 2 taps on your companion's shoulder. He wakes without a sound and taps the next. Within 30 seconds, everyone is awake. No one moves. No one breathes loudly. A child begins to whimper. A mother gently covers the child's mouth. You wait. The footsteps circle the shelter. Sniffing. A snort. Then silence. 10 minutes. 20. The steps fade away. No one relaxes. An hour passes in full alert before the next watch confirms there are no tracks. Only then do some return to sleep. This happens several times a week. Fourth, managing predators and hostile groups. Smell could kill you, literally. Food scraps, blood, marrow-rich bones, chemical signals that traveled kilometers through frozen air. Paleolithic predators, cave lions, giant hyenas, short-faced bears, had senses far beyond yours. The solution was strategic storage. Meat and waste buried under snow or stone, far from camp. Bones burned until organic odor was destroyed. Refuse thrown into ravines or running water when possible. Nothing near the shelter. The perimeter was not a wall, it was perception. Loose stones stacked to roll if touched. Dry branches placed to crack under weight. In regions where wolves already coexisted with humans, some groups kept semi-domesticated animals as early warning systems. But the most unpredictable danger had no claws. Other humans. During extreme famine, rival groups attacked at night to steal food, skins, fire. Camps were never placed along obvious routes. Weapons slept within arm's reach. Vigilance was constant. Fifth, the anti-loss protocol. This killed more people than predators. Leaving the shelter at night was sometimes unavoidable. To urinate, to check something, to retrieve emergency fuel. But Paleolithic darkness was absolute. Not like a dark room. Absolute. You could not see your hand in front of your face. The rule was simple. Never alone. Always in pairs. One goes, the other holds a skin or rope connecting them. Maximum distance, 10 meters. Beyond that, disorientation is instant. You can be 5 meters from shelter and walk in circles until hypothermia takes you. When longer movement was unavoidable, tactile markers were used. Stones you could feel with your feet, branches planted in specific patterns, ropes stretched between key points, predetermined gathering spots. If you get lost, stay by the large tree. We will come for you. Archaeological sites contain human remains found terrifyingly close to camps. Here is how it happens. You need to urinate. It is midnight. You leave with your partner. He holds your arm. 7 steps. You stop. He waits. You finish and turn back. Then you slip. Ice hidden under snow. You fall and separate. Your partner calls your name. You are 4 meters away. You cannot see him. The wind shifts. You panic. You walk where you think the shelter is. 5 meters, 10, now 20. The darkness is total. Cold bites. Your lungs burn. You scream, but the wind devours your voice. But your group has protocol. Every 30 seconds, someone strikes bone against stone. Talk, talk, talk. A sound that travels farther than voices. You turn your head, you hear it, you walk toward it. 5 minutes later, hands grab you and drag you inside. You survive by centimeters, by a protocol perfected through the deaths of others. Now understand the system as a whole. This was not a trick. It was an integrated structure, architecture, fire, discipline, social order, movement rules. If one piece failed, you died. But when all were followed, when invisible rules were passed from generation to generation, the night became predictable, controllable, survivable. Paleolithic sites reveal something extraordinary. The same patterns appear in Europe, Asia, and the Americas. Cultures separated by thousands of kilometers, never in contact, yet all discovering the same solutions. Because darkness presents the same problems, and human physics has the same limits. 70,000 years of darkness, 70,000 years of perfect protocol, or extinction. Your ancestors won that bet every night. That is why you are here. But now comes the truly terrifying question. What happened when it rained for days and all the firewood was soaked? How did you light a fire when your life depended on it and nothing was dry for 100 kilometers? That is what we will explore next. If you made it this far, tell me in the comments which of these protocols you find most ingenious. And if you want more science-backed Paleolithic survival, you know what to do.